Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Happy New Year, everybody. Here we are. We're back. And sorry for keeping you waiting, guys there who are having very good patience there in the chat. We're just having a few technical difficulties. No different to last year, is it, JG?
Mate, it's a new year, but it's the same problems here. And it's, apologies, guys, for keeping you waiting. As you can see, I'm not in the shed today. I'm inside getting some warm, but that's not even the reason. It's more the fact that the internet is just not working today outside. So it's been a long, annoying road to try and get it back up. So I just decided I'm going to locate somewhere else.
Maybe the Huskies have been tearing at the cables, something like that. It's good to see a couple of you guys who've been hanging on there in the chat. I obviously know my tennis and the ever loyal Thomas Rock. So, hi, guys.
And Melez, of course. We've got Melez here as well.
Oh, is Melez here?
Yeah. So Melez in the chat.
Is he there? I don't know if he's there or not. I couldn't see him. Sorry. If he's there, I apologize. But yeah, it's quite exciting. Obviously, tennis is back on the radar. And we're kicking off. Finally, we were moaning at the end of 2020 that there wasn't any women's tennis going on. And it seems fitting that we'll kick off the year with a WTA event. I don't know if I get the pronunciation right. Is it the Mubadala World Tennis Championship in Abu Dhabi? Which
it's just the Abu Dhabi. It's just the Abu Dhabi Open.
Yeah,
I'm not going with anything else. Any other fancy names?
Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, it's quite an exciting one anyway. Quite a stacked card, really, considering it's the first one for the start of the year. But maybe there's just a lot of women who haven't been playing a lot of tennis, and they've all been resting up, and just that everyone's prepared for this first event. I'm just super excited for it. Obviously, we've got the men's coming up as well. We've got a couple of men's events.
Well, we've got 3 events. We've got the other ones going on at the moment. You've got the one in Delray Beach, 250, and then you've got one in Turkey, ATP Antalya as well. Yeah, we're going to be doing the draw reactions for that tomorrow, I believe. So stay tuned for that. But today we're on the women's, and we have obviously the great Abu Dhabi Open. It didn't play last year. No. I know you were saying before there's been some good winners in the past. We had Sharapova back in 2018, was it?
I think it was 2019 was the Sharapova one. Yeah. So you have to have a high stock to be winning this tournament. And looking at the draw, it looks like it's going to be a real tough one to get through this one. And someone who wins this, they're going to be looking really, really promising. That future Australian Open that's been pushed back all the way now until February.
Yeah.
Which, I think it's the right decision. Give the players enough time to go over, quarantine, do all the things that they require, and then we can get a fully contested Australian Open, hopefully, and with not too many dropouts.
So, one thing I want to add before you talk about the Australian Open is with this tournament, there is some qualifiers and lucky loser spots available, which aren't updated yet. Because obviously, I think they're playing the final of the qualifiers tomorrow. But we're just going ahead anyway during this draw preview because most of all the seeded players are there. And I'll be entirely honest, without being too harsh, looking at some of the qualifiers, I don't fancy their chances.
So they're going to make your decisions a bit easier.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe that's harsh because you never know. Anything's possible. People, they've not played tennis for a long time. It's a new season. Players are going to be filled with confidence. You can't really rely on form too much, aside from if you're looking at form from last year. So it's going to be really, really interesting. And I think it's going to surprise you with who I've got to win this tournament. Obviously, we're doing our main picks and our dark horses like we always do. But that will sort of come from doing the draw. So without further ado, I think I can see it there. Ben's got it up there.
Yeah.
So remember the buttons. There we go.
Did you want to let everybody know before we get going? Obviously, if you're new to the channel, this is just something called Tennis Draw Challenge, which you can take on myself and JG and our predictions, and then there's a leaderboard that'll be running. Hopefully, this year we're going to be looking to give away some new GTL merch, which we're going to hopefully be bringing out in the coming weeks. Hopefully we can get something out before the Australian Open. That would be fantastic. I mean, we've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, this type of thing, there's a cut-off time. I'm not sure. Do you have the cut-off time for this one?
I'll get it up in a sec, but just in the meantime, I've just put the link in the chat now. So if anyone does want to join, just put your email address in, create an account. It's entirely free. It's a bit of fun. See how you do against other GTL fans, and obviously me and Ben.
Yeah, exactly. And if there's anybody who is just obviously listening as well, then it's going to be just www.tennisdrawchallenge.com, and then just try and find the league, which is in the group section, which is called the GTL Tennis League, and then just join us in there. And if you have the opportunity, jump in the live chat, because we'll be doing these for every single one, and we'll be coming to with the results, and we'll be reviewing all of the people's selections. So you might be one of the people that we're going through your bracket and seeing your selections. Obviously knows his tennis. He's there. We had a few conversations about
obviously knows his tennis. I'm not sure if he knows his tennis. He has some very questionable selections, and just want to say that there's 7 hours left on this one. I know you asked a second ago.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. So there's 7 hours left to get your selections in. So, yeah, without further ado...
Be sharpest, basically. You don't have much time. Do it now.
Yeah, exactly right, exactly right. What maybe you can just do it while we're doing it. If you're listening live or watching live, yeah, let's crack on with it. I'm not sure on this top one here. We've obviously got Australian Open champion 2020. I'm going to have to make sure I get the years right, because it's going to get a bit weird if we're going to start saying 2021. We have to get used to saying that.
Yeah.
She's up against a qualifier in her first match, and we don't know who that is yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't believe anyway, but there's part of me that thinks it's going to be Sophia Kenin going through this one. It's a hard court tournament, don't forget. So
it is a bit unfair, do you not think, them doing this? Because obviously it's going to close before we even know who the qualifiers are. Just looking at some of the results today, I don't know if you had a chance to look at some of the results in the qualifiers. Some of the names you went through, no one really shouts out to me in terms of like big players. I know you got Gasanova. She can be quite good on her day. 290 in the world. Aside from her, is there any others like quite high? Not really, to be honest. There was a few favourites who went out. A bit of a shock surprise exits for a few players. Aside from that, to be fair, a lot of these are outsiders, around sort of 400, 500 in the world. So it's going to be a big ask for any of the qualifiers to upset. But if any time they can do it, it is now. But yeah, like you said, Sophia Kenin against looking at any of these qualifiers, really, I think it'll be a big upset.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she's a Grand Slam champion, and any of these people coming up against her is going to be tough. I mean, the people that sort of stood out in the qualifying, we got our British hopeful there, Jodie Burrage. She's got into the final round of the qualifying. Hopefully she can get into the main draw, but if she comes up against Sophia Kenin, don't forget she beat Jo Konta though, but Jo Konta, that was her first match back. Don't know if we can read too much into that. But Jodie Burrage getting stronger all the time. So looking forward to that. And obviously the young Greek as well, Grammatikopoulou as well. Yep. She's quite a promising young player. So look forward to hopefully both of those can make it into the main draw. But if they face Sophia Kenin, or if anyone faces Sophia Kenin from those qualifiers, I think Sophia Kenin's going to go through. And I think unless she's going to do what she did against Azarenka, but I don't think she's going to be playing anyone of Azarenka's standard in this one.
I agree completely.
Yeah, so how did you want to go through this anyway? Should I go through each one by one, or do you want to go through a top half of a draw, or should I just go down the list?
Yeah, just go down, mate. There's no really rules, to be fair. I'm just going to get out flash scores, just have a little look what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah,
obviously we've got matches at 6 a.m, so that is the final of the qualifications.
Yes.
You've got Burrage. I know you mentioned that she's playing Hesse. That could be a good one. 260 in the world, Burrage. For me, she's the real standout name. I don't want to be biased, being obviously she's from England. For me, she is the real standout name there. So let's see how she fares. Her against the Kenin, could she cause a bit of an upset? I still think that's even too big of an ask. To be honest.
It's a little bit. I don't want to be mean to Jodie, but I think it's a little bit of a tall order. So, but You never know. You never know in tennis, and it's the first tournament back. You might expect some upsets in this tournament. So I don't know how safe to play it on some of these. Some people might have had a few too many bits of turkey over the Christmas period, and we've obviously been locked up. Well, in Britain, we've been locked down pretty harshly over Christmas. So I might be the same in other countries, and you've got to take that into consideration when making your selections in this bracket. Some players might not have been playing or might not have even been practicing. So,
yeah. And I just want to give a shout out to Thomas Rock there. Missed you guys. Cheers, mate. Missed you too. It's good to be back, honestly. And for the guys asking about the ATP draw, we'll be doing them tomorrow. So we've got ATP Antler we're doing tomorrow. I think that will be followed by the Delray Beach one as well. So we'll do back-to-back, and there'll be bracket leagues for that as well. So feel free to put your selections in now, I believe. I think some of them are open, or wait till tomorrow. But on this, let's go down. So Laura Siegemund, Kirsten Flipkens. What are you thinking?
Oh, I mean, I'd have to go. I thought Siegemund, she had such good form at the back end of last year. I'm just going to probably I know that she's 51 in the world as well, slightly higher than Flipkens, number 86. So I'm going to go towards Laura Siegemund. I think that form at the end of last year, she did well, obviously, in that French Open. She didn't play a hardcourt tournament at the end of last year, but I just think that she's a pretty strong player. I just hope she can continue that form.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I've got her as well. I think Flipkens now has been around for ages. She's like 34 years old. I just checked. And yeah, I think Siegemund's going to take her this year, but you never know.
I don't think you can read too much into the head-to-head. They played each other twice, but they were 4 and 5 years ago now. So and then Siegemund won both of them. I think it's going to be the same again, probably straight sets too. So yeah, on to the next one, which is one girl who I'm very, very keen on the tour. Can't stop going on about you, which is Krejcikova. And I think that I'm sort of putting my cards on the table straight away. I think that she's going to win this one. I think she's very strong. I think this could be a very big year for her as well, Krejcikova. I think she showed a lot of promise last year. She beat a few big names last year. She took out Sasnovich in Linz. She did quite well in Linz. She only lost in 2-1 to Sabalenka, the overall winner. So, yeah, she's a really promising player. Loeb, she's at 255 in the world. I think it's going to be a big ask for her, big step up in her competition.
Good hardcore player, though, American. But I agree, mate. I've got the same outcome for that one.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing this time for time going down.
No, we don't always. Usually there's a few differences. So
there is indeed. Yeah, so we go down to the next one, and you got your countrywoman there, Martina Trevisan, and she is up against Yulia Putintseva. Yeah, this one's really interesting because neither player has really played any hardcourt matches, since the US Open for Putintseva, and Trevisan, she hasn't played one since March last year in Monterrey. So it's going to be really, really tough for her to get back in the swing of hardcourt. I'm going with Putintseva just based upon, I think she's just solid. I think that she
I think this is where we have our first difference, mate. I'm going for Trevisan. 2021, I'm telling you now, mate, is the year of the Italians. And we're going to see a big year from all the Italians. Obviously, she was pretty good last year. I know, and I think it was in Roland Garros she had a good run. It's granted that's on the clay courts, but she's definitely got ability. So for me, she could pull off a shock, and I'm going for Trevisan to win that one.
Wow. Oh, that's a big shout. And that's obviously Putintseva. She is one of the seeds there, so it's a big shout to go against her there. So, and then next we were going down. This one's really interesting. Potapova against Maria Sakkari, who we know how good a year Maria Sakkari had last year. She was she looked like one of these sort of world beaters. She couldn't quite get into the latter stages, like the real latter stages of the big tournaments.
She's come close, isn't she? She did well in a lot of tournaments. She's so powerful as well. Mate, her biceps. Like
scary,
one of her biceps is like both of mine put together, then times 10.
Yeah, don't forget she's got the British coach as well. I think it's Thomas Hill. I think his name is the coach. Yeah. So she's really, really promising, and she's up against somebody in Potapova who hasn't hasn't played any tennis since March last year. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, you would have to shy towards Sakkari just due to match play. And you never know, Potapova could throw up a potential banana skin there. I don't see
I
it.
want to say to everyone, if you're doing these now, don't fall too influenced with what we say, because right now, for a start, within the WTA, anything's possible. Another thing, it's the beginning of the year, the new calendar year. We know there's always some crazy results at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
And not just that, we've had a crazy time as well. With all the coronavirus, all people being locked down, players react differently to certain situations that's going on. I think we're going to see a shot. It's going to be a bit hit and miss. That's why I might call a few upsets today.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, on that one, I agree with you. I've got Sakkari.
There we go. We go down a little bit further there, and look who's in there. Yeah. We've got Corey Gauff. That's quite exciting to see her back on the court again. She wasn't too bad last year. She looked pretty solid. This Akari, 260 in the world. I don't think this is. It's hard to say, isn't it? Like, because Corey Gauff's so young, you know that she can still be vulnerable to the odd upset in her career. But I think she's going to be pushing forward this year. Yep. I mean, my selections are looking very safe right now, but I think that she's going to be very fired up. I think that she's going to be.
It doesn't matter if it's safe. If you think it's going to happen, go for it. And I agree. I think Corey Gauff's going to have too much. This could be a big year for Corey Gauff. Some people saying last year she was an underperformer, a bit disappointing. I've been really anti that, because she stayed where she is. Do you know what I mean? She stayed at the same level. And that's all you can do. Like, when you're that young and you're coming through, you don't have to every single year get better and better and better. If you stay the same, she's 16, 17 or something. She's so young. Give the girl a chance. And for me, I think she had a good solid year to stay where she is. So I think this year, though, we are going to see her push on to the next level, keep going.
Yeah, so she might
be. I think she's going to go very far this tournament.
I think that she, to judge her on the previous year is harsh, because she probably overachieved the year before. So to see her going into, what was it, like the fourth round of Wimbledon, which is crazy. That's an overachievement for someone who was 15? Was she 15, 16 max? Yeah. Now, to get there, like, most people don't get to the fourth round of a Grand Slam until they're in their 20s or something. So to get there so early, I think she's just done super well, just like you said, stay on that level. So I'm going to say she's going to stay solid. She's going to take out Akari, and she's going to face Maria Sakkari in the next round.
Nice.
We go down to the next one.
You want to do the top bits now, mate? Some of the top ones.
Should we do all of them?
Yeah. While we've been talking about it, we might as well just go through it. So now you've got Kenin, Siegemund. It makes sense because we've given our background. I can give you some of mine while you're thinking of yours. This is going to be a tough one. I'm going to go, it's going to be a 3-set match. Kenin's not going to get it done straightforward. Could be a bagel in there as well. Remember this. And Kenin's going to come through just about in the final set, and it's going to be a bit hit and miss. People are going to be thinking, is Kenin, what's he doing? He's not playing great, but Kenin's got it.
I think Kenin's got it, but I don't think it's in the manner that you're saying. I think she's got it solid. I think it's a straight sets. I think that she proved at the beginning of the last year she's good in the early months of the year. She won the Australian Open. I think she's going to be good again early in the year. She didn't have a bad year last year.
We've got Mellors there saying, what does Tyson think of Gauff? What's the chance?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think she's potentially Grand Slam champion in her career, but maybe not this year.
Yeah, there we go.
So the next bit, this one could be slightly controversial. I'm a big Krejcikova fan. I'm going Krejcikova versus Putintseva. I'm going Krejcikova to take out Putintseva.
Yeah, my matchup's slightly different. I got Krejcikova versus Trevisan.
True. Yep.
It's tough, isn't it? I would love to say Trevisan can do it, but Krejcikova, I don't know. I agree with you. She just offers something a bit different, quite experienced. And for me, she's a lot more consistent than a lot of other players on tour. So I'm going to back her for that.
I like her, but I think she's proven herself to be one of these new breed of sort of women's power players as well. We got the Sabalenka, and I think she is sort of in her shadow a little bit. She was shining a bit last year, but then she got sort of overshadowed completely by the standout performances by Swiatek. So
And then there, who you got? Kenin versus Barbara.
Yeah, so that's really tough. And I'm actually going to go with a shocker, actually, in this one. And I'm going to go Krejcikova beats Kenin. I don't know why, but I really like Krejcikova. I'm really you can see me from all last year. A lot of my selections are done through willing someone to reach their full potential and to do well and better their career. I mean, Kenin had such an amazing last year. It's going to be tough for her to better it. And Krejcikova, she had a great year. I reckon if she does better it, it's just going to be a great trajectory for her career. So I'm hoping she can maybe get to a semi-final or something here, maybe more. Who knows?
Yeah, mate. Honestly, why not? Why not? I'm actually disagreeing. I'm going to go with Kenin.
Okay.
I think Kenin will take her personally.
It's a wise choice. It's a wise choice. It's a wise choice. I mean, here we go. So we go down. Then we're going to have. Should we just pick this next one out of this 4?
Yeah. Why not?
Let's just do them in 4s. I think it's going to be easier. I'll zoom in a bit so it looks a little bit neater. There you go. Okay, so next one we don't know who the qualifier is, but in my book, Sasnovich is going to probably beat any of those qualifiers. Don't want to be mean to the qualifiers, but I'm going Sasnovich.
Yeah, she had a good end to the year, didn't she? She reached that final against, what's her name? The other Belarusian.
Oh, what, Azarenka?
It was Azarenka, yeah.
Or Sabalenka.
I think it was Sabalenka. Sorry, Sabalenka.
Yeah,
maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. I get mixed up now. Maybe I'm
Yeah, she's very, very. She had some great clay court form last year, Sasnovich. I was really impressed. She was the sort of person that didn't really stand out on the tour to me until last year, and she really put herself on the map, which I was pretty happy to get a new name or new female player to sort of watch. And I like her game. I think it's very, very interesting style of play that she has. Yep. She's quite aggressive, but I like that.
No, she's a good player. Just want to give a quick shout out to Melez there.
Hey,
we've got a $4.99 super sticker, and I will say that we will be updating the tips, obviously, for January, and we'll be adding it to the podcast somewhere. I'm not sure where we've got space for it, but maybe at the top left or whatever for the next podcast. So we'll stick in our super chatters. I think Melez right now, you are the top tipper right now, 2021. So well done, mate.
Look at that, just overtook Thomas Rock, just like that. And Melez also asking, is Irani playing?
I hope not.
After she won most disappointing player of the year just for that performance in the French Open, with all those terrible serve. It's terrible. Anyway,
big one down there, Mladenovic Muguruza.
Wow, this one's probably one of the ties of the first round for me. Number 50 in the world, Mladenovic, and she's up against obviously Australian Open finalist from last year, Garbiñe Muguruza. And Muguruza, she had a bit of an up and down year last year, didn't she? It wasn't amazing. But it wasn't like after that.
I'm sorry, Mladenovic. I like her as a player. She's got heaps of potential. There's something wrong with her game, massively.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it can be corrected this year. She's got the capacity to be winning 6-0, 5-1, and then lose the match. I think it happened. She seems to be a lot more prone to that than others.
Yeah, she definitely. Yeah, I mean, she does, like you were saying. And you saw it in. She had that match, which was, where was it? It was in the U.S. Open, wasn't it? She went out to Gracheva in the U.S. Open. She won the first set 6-1. Then she lost the tiebreak. Then got bageled in the last set. And bizarre. And then you saw her against Alexandrova only a month before that. She won the first set 7-5. Then lost 6-love 6-1. And you're like, which one's turning up? Yeah, it's a very bizarre play. I don't know is there something mental that goes wrong for her
but during. The thing is, saying that, she could actually beat Muguruza.
Oh, she could. She has all the ability. That's the thing. And I think Muguruza, she wasn't looking at her best when all tennis came back last year. So I think that you could shy towards Mladenovic here if you're a betting man. Might be worth a little underdog bet. It'd be interesting to see what she's 9-4 Mladenovic, and Muguruza is a 3-1 on. So that's a pretty self-explanatory. But
who are you going for?
I'm going to go with Muguruza because they've only played once on hard court and Muguruza won it in straight sets. So I'm going to use that as my blueprint for it.
Yeah, no, I've got the same anyway. I've got Muguruza.
No, well. We built it up a bit there and then we
built her up and we just shut her down again. Just got to shout out to the chat. We've got Jackie here. How are we doing, Jackie?
Hey.
Thanks for joining us in 2021. Hope you had a great new year. And we are back. We are back with the tennis podcast, back with the draw previews and reactions. We've also got the ATP Antler tomorrow, followed by New Beach, I was going to say. Delray Beach.
That's it.
So, yeah, join us for them as well. They're going to be exciting and play along with the predictions. You can join our league and put them in as well, compete with us.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, we had some real top predictors last year, didn't we? There were some people who were absolutely smashing it. So, yeah, and they were better than us. We weren't too bad, though. We were up there in the top half, weren't we?
We had some good percentages, mate.
Yeah, mate, we're not doing bad, weren't we? So, yeah, let's have a look. This is going to be the interesting matches in this second round, though. Got Sakkari, Gauff. That's going to be tough. That's a real tough one to call. For me, it's 50-50. I'm just going to pick one literally out of nowhere. I'm going to go Gauff. I'm just going to go boom.
Yeah, no, for me, it's not that 50-50. I think Gauff's going to beat her. And I was bigging her up, saying she's going to have a big year this year. So that's why I'm predicting some big things from her in this tournament to start the year.
Wow.
And then the one below, this is a lot tougher for me. Muguruza, Sasnovich. I've got the same combo. Let's see what I put because I can't even think about it right now. I think I went for Muguruza. Yeah, I got Muguruza to beat Sasnovich, but I'm not too sure.
Well, it's that one is a real tough one because we don't know which of these players are going to turn up yet, do we? And plus, we obviously don't know if she's going to get past Mladenovic first either. If the good Muguruza turns up in style, then yeah, I think she's going to go through both.
Fair enough.
Did we go any further than that on this? Yeah, we did. So we had Krajicova there. We got up. Well, for me, I'll have Gauff, Muguruza. That's really tough. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go big. I'm going to go big. I'm going to go brave. I'm going to go Corey Gauff.
Yeah, mate. Well, you're copying me here. I've got Gauff as well. So
wow.
All of the way. I've then got Gauff against Kenin in the quarterfinal. And I've actually got Gauff to beat Kenin as well. So Gauff for me is going quite a way. You've got Gauff, Krejcikova there. Who are you going for there?
Mate, this is really tough. Because Krejcikova, she's my sort of one.
You're picking her up too much, man.
I know. I'm putting a lot of weight on Krejcikova.
You watch Krejcikova first round out.
Yeah, exactly. It's the curse, the pod curse, mate. I feel like this happens too often. Gauff and Krejcikova won't make it past the first round now.
Anyway, come on. We need to get through them because we've got so many to get through.
I'm going to go Krejcikova. Go on, then. I'm going to go Krejcikova. Yeah, we have got a lot.
We'll save the semis for a bit later. So let's go down to the later ones here. So after that, I think the next one is Sabalenka, her cog.
Oof. I'm going Sabalenka. She had.
There's no point even talking about that one. Sabalenka last year was one of the best players of the year, you could say, on the women's side.
Yeah.
I'm talking about not at the beginning. She ended the year so strong.
She won 2 straight tournaments. She won in Australia.
Has she lost since? She's like, is she on an unbeaten run?
I think that she won 2 straight tournaments, so I don't think she's played since then. No, she hasn't played since after Linz.
So she played Ostrava and Linz and won both tournaments, beating Mertens in one final and Azarenka in the other, beating Corey Gauff, Brady, Dodin, Krejcikova. So for me, she is in hot form. If she can carry that on, she could do really well in this tournament. So for me, it didn't matter who she was having there. I was always going Sabalenka, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. And we've seen a few people, it's Thomas Rock there. He's like Sabalenka for the whole damn thing. And after those 2 tournament wins, you'd be a fool not to back her. And I mean, I doubt her odds are going to be very, very good at the bookies. Probably the biggest favourite, I'd say. But Hercog can cause an upset. So do not be surprised. It's
Yeah, I
women's
just want to say Ken Lee's here as well. How are we doing, Ken?
Hey.
Happy New Year to you too, mate. And I'm
New
even
Year.
wearing my rapper hat for you. Here we go.
Mela's saying, that reminds me, I need a haircut.
Yeah, we want to know, Ken. How's your hair doing? You had a haircut recently or not?
Oh dear, this is brilliant stuff. Well, that barber's is going to be opened up, and look at that. And we got Ivan Masic in here and saying, waiting for a. Whoops, did you just click it then? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Looking for a Vekic Pella prediction.
Oh,
Well,
we've not even got to them yet.
we're not got to it yet. There you go. I'll just take that one off, and then we'll go down. So
We're getting there slowly, mate. We're going to get there soon. So let's get through some of these. So then we've got Tom Lanovich, Lin Zhu.
I'm gonna this one. I'm not as schooled on either of these. I'm gonna go for.
Neither. I think it's a tricky one.
I would go. I'm not. I would normally think Tom Lanovich. I'm gonna go Zhu. This one, there's no way of knowing.
I don't know either.
I'm gonna go.
I'll go Tom Lanovich. Just so I'm against you.
All right, fair play.
Next one, Zhao Wang against a qualifier. I'll have to go for the Wang, to be honest, because I'm not giving a chance to, even if it's Jodie Burridge, I'm just not giving them much of a chance right now.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? He's going to hang out with Yafang Wang out. Okay, so Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova versus Ons Jabeur.
I know you're saying that this is the tie for me of the first round.
Yeah,
I think these two are
same.
big heavy hitters, really exciting. Ons Jabeur, she is one of my favourite players on the tour. So on that basis, I'm going for her alone. However, I think it's a 50-50 match based off ability. Just Ons Jabeur's got my heart more. That's the only reason.
She does have my heart as well. You know we love Ons Jabeur on the GTL podcast. But that's why with heavy heart, I go for Pavlyuchenkova to beat Ons Jabeur. They actually they didn't play each other in a competitive match, but they played each other in a UTS match, and Pavlyuchenkova beat her in that. I don't think I can read too much into that, to be honest, but she actually played recently. She hasn't played recently on hardcore. I don't know this. I'm going to regret this decision. I'm just going to go with it anyway. I'm going to
just go with it. And just Ken Lee saying there, he doesn't watch much WTA. No worries, mate, because we're going to be doing the ATP predictions tomorrow. So we've got Antilla tomorrow and obviously Delray Beach. I know Ivan was asking as well when we're doing that. So we've got our predictions there. We'll be giving our favourites who we think is going to win, and also our dark horse. Just following through the prediction brackets here. Exactly. But yeah, let's get through these while we're doing it. So do you want to do some of the ones at the top, or should we just keep going down?
I'll just do this little bracket here. So I'm going with Sabalenka, just goes without saying, and I'm going to go with Pavlyuchenkova here.
Okay, cool. And I think I have Sabalenka and Ons Jabeur, and then I'm going to have Sabalenka to beat Ons.
Yeah, Sabalenka to go through that one.
Sabalenka, I think she's got that little section on lock, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so indeed. And let's have a look at this one. Just keeps going, this tournament, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm saying. We need to get through them because there's a lot there. This is tricky. Danka Kovic, for me, she's more of a lower ranked player, but she's very good. She plays a lot in like on clay courts. So I'm not sure how she's going to really adapt to this, but she's a good player. I enjoy watching some of the matches I have seen of her, but I'm still going to have to go for much of her. She's the more experienced player, obviously the 12th seed. Yeah, I think it's going to be a big ask for her to beat her, to be honest. Yeah, she's going to be too much for her, I think. So hey, no more of them. That's the last one on here.
All right, anyway, on to the next one. Look, and we've got another Wang. Too many Wangs in this women's draw, I think, for my liking. I've never seen so many Wangs.
I'm not sure if this is the worst Wang. I think Yafan Wang's better than Kwang Wang.
There's three Wangs. I didn't realise there were so many Wangs in the...
I don't know Xiu Wang. Yeah. There's one of them I don't know. There's only two Wangs I know.
Well, Qiang Wang, for me, is by far the best Wang. But...
No, I've got Kassend Kina to go through. And then the other Wang I've never heard of, so I'm going to go for Roos on that. And then obviously going down Rybakina, she's literally my three players in the world of tennis for like women's tennis. So there's no questions really asked there for that little bit. And then Rybakina for me is going to beat Roos. And I think Rybakina is going to be able to beat Muguruza as well. And then that's going to be a Rybakina Sabalenka. And I think Rybakina is going to create a shock and beat Sabalenka.
What? Is that what you're going with?
Yeah. She's going to end the unbeaten run. I think Sabalenka, I think she won in Dubai last year, if I'm not mistaken, Rybakina. She won a tournament at the beginning of the year, didn't she? I think last year she won a tournament right at the beginning of the year, and I'm basing it, even if she didn't, just that's in my mind. So I think she had started last year very well.
She got to 5 finals, didn't she, last year, Rybakina?
Yeah, but she started off a lot better than what she ended the year. So I'm hoping she's going to start this year in the same vein she did last year. So that's why I've got her to knock out Sabalenka. And Rybakina, for me, is an exciting young player. So I've got her to win that one. You just need to do your ones, mate. Wang or Much?
I'm going with Wang against the Muchova. And then I'm going to go with Rybakina to go through against Wang, though, because, like you said, 5 finals last year. Yep. Really hoping that she replicates it. She's one that we really been riding hard and want to see her get as far as possible and get that career really ramping up in 2021. So fingers crossed she goes through. Should we move down to the next bit?
Yeah.
Oh, more big names here. And we've got Marketa Vondrasova, another big name there against Sui Sway. What do you reckon on that one, JG?
Suway's going for it, mate. Vondrasova, 8th seed, out, first round.
Weird. I was going to go with that too, but I might go against you now. Just because.
That's the problem. No, go with your heart. Come on, back to Suway. You want to go Suway as well?
I did want to go with Suway as well, but there's part of me that wants to just do it just to go against.
Oh, you're doing it to try and beat me now. Just go with your heart. You wanted Suway. Back to Suway as well.
Going with Suway. I don't know who the qualifier is, but I do rate Kostyuk quite a lot, so I'm going to go Kostyuk. Yeah. This one, for me, this is hardcourt versus versus clay court. I was going to say hardcourt versus Italian, and that doesn't make any sense at all. Leylah Fernandez versus Jasmine Paolini, and for me, Leylah Fernandez, I think she's a rising star in the women's game. She's going through, and then, well, come on, if this isn't Jen Brady, if it's the Jen Brady from last year, it has to be, doesn't it?
Jen Brady's good, man. She's solid. Perfect surface for her. She could do really well this tournament. So then just filling in some of them. Who you got to beat Kostyuk? Suway?
Yeah, I'd go with that. And then I'm actually... Oh, God, that's a toughie, that. That's actually a tough one. I'm going to go with... Oh, God, that's horrible, this one. I actually want to... Because I'm always rooting for the youth, and I want the next gen to come through. I'm going to go with Brady, though. I think she's going to be too powerful.
Fair enough.
And where are you on...
Yeah, I've got Brady as well. I'm going to have Brady, and then I've got Brady to beat Suway as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going with you, mate. I think it's only based on last year's form. It could mean nothing. Here we go.
I know we had someone asking in the chat. Who is it? Ivan asking, who do we think is going to win? Donovekic, obviously, he's from Croatia. Big Borna Koric fan. Who do you think is going to win? I'm going to please him here because I'm going for Donovekic, the experience. Bernardo Pera, I was a big fan start of 2020, and then she disappointed me. I backed her every single tournament to win a match, and she lost it every single time. And on that basis alone, it's more disappointment than anything else why I'm going against her right now. She's let me down too many times, I'm afraid. So that's why I'm going for Donovekic, the more experienced player. Yeah,
it's tough, isn't it? Like, neither really have had the best credentials in 2020, really. Vekic slightly more. She had slightly more wins, maybe slightly bigger wins in well. She had got 3rd round of US Open. It's a real tough one, really. For me, it's a bit of a toss-up, to be honest. I'm going to go Pera.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just going to go. Next one. I'm just going to hope that the person's still in the same form from last year. And I'm going to go Nadia Podoroska.
Yeah, I've got her, man. I love her. I just love her. I think she's so good. Really exciting player. She's quite old. She's not young, is she? She's just been around for a while and all of a sudden burst onto the scene in 2020. Predominantly a clay court player.
Yeah.
She can do it, I think, on hard as well.
She definitely can. We've got this next one, Mona Barthel against the qualifier, though. So
The thing is, if this is Burridge, then I think she beats Barthel. But we don't know that, so I'm going to have to just play it safe and go for Barthel.
it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit.
I don't know. I'm going to go with the qualifier. Whoever comes through gives her a run for her money, maybe sneaks through. I don't think she's not going to get through to the next round anyway. So this one's just a bit of a dead.
I guess not a bad idea.
Yeah, see what happens.
Punt.
Yeah, take a punt on that one. Here we go.
That qualifier 6 is going to go all the way.
Oh, mate, if she does.
You got there Pliskova, Sirsteya.
So
for me, I've actually gone. Who have I gone for? I've actually gone for Pliskova. I know she disappoints me a lot, but I think she's going to be all right now.
I've gone for Sirsteya. We're contrasting here. My reasoning is Sirsteya has actually been playing. I'm not sure if it's like some sort of it's either an exhibition tournament over in Abu Dhabi, and she won the tournament there, and that was in December. And that she beat Siniakova, Hercog, Krajikova, Chocchiaretto, Blinkova. So she looks like she's in pretty good form.
One of them matches, actually, I think. Or I watched her. I don't know if it was one of them, but I watched her recently, and I was so impressed.
Yeah, and she beat Krajikova.
She beat Krajikova, didn't she?
Yeah. She won.
I think
she won in 3 sets.
Yeah,
but still, really, really great performance to win that tournament. And
I feel like some of them ones at the top because I've already done mine. So I've got Podoroska actually to beat Donna Vekic. I think she's going to have a little run. And then I've got Pliskova to go through there. And then I've got Pliskova to beat Podoroska. So then we're going to be seeing a Pliskova-Brady quarterfinal in which Pliskova goes out and Jennifer Brady advances.
I'm going to go big here. I'm just going to say that Sirsteya continues her great run over in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, over in that side of the world. She goes through. But are we at the bottom yet? No, we're not. We're still going.
There's a lot to get through.
Right.
So this is easy for me. Elise Cornet, I like her. Elise Mertens is next level. I'm sorry. She is so good. Reached a lot of finals. Bit disappointed not to win a few. She got to some semi-finals and finals of big events. Just couldn't really get it over the line. But these early stages, she usually blitzes them. So for me, I think she'll beat Cornet probably in 2 sets quite quickly, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think she was she was a good performer last year. Solid.
Yeah.
So going with her. This one, I'd say Badoza, maybe slightly more of a clay quarter. I'd probably go with Sevastova in this one.
Yeah, same. I've got the same one. Sevastova on her day. She's got a brilliant drop shot. So maybe she'll be pulling them out.
You never know.
Versus coming up.
What about
really good match?
Yaroslava Shedova? I don't know much about her.
I don't know much about her either, but I'm going to back her.
The
reason I say that is because her next match is going out, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I went with 1 qualifier already. I can't risk 2, surely. Right, and then we've got Akuda Matova. It means worries. Kontaveit. There's definitely no worries in this one.
50 match. I'm entirely honest. There's nothing between these two. I think Kontaveit could be slightly the better player, obviously higher ranked, 10th seed, but Kudermetova generally can beat her quite comfortably if she's on her game. So it's 50-50, whatever you fancy, really. It's quite a big one to get right because I feel like they're going to beat Svitolina or the qualifier. But I'm going to go for Kontaveit.
I'm going for Kudermetova. Just based upon the performances in Ostrava, Kudermetova got all the ways to the semi-finals against... Was it semi-finals? No, quarterfinals, sorry, against Jen Brady, as she went out to. She beat Karolina Pliskova, Donna Vekic, Rus Vogele, whereas Kontaveit went out to Cerebro's Tormo in that tournament. So maybe she's a bit more of a clay quarter. I don't know. Kontaveit, don't know.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at these ones. I'm going to go with Mertens going through. I'm going to go with Kudermetova going through.
Yeah, I've got Mertens and Kontaveit, and then I've got Mertens to beat her.
Yeah, unfortunately, same usual suspects. I think they call it.
When you get down though, let's do the bottom bit as well, mate. The last little bit, because this is exciting. You got Alexandrova Diaz. I've gone for Alexandrova.
Yeah,
Heather Watson. I've got Watson to go through the British flag, and then I've got Watson to beat Alexandrova. Remember Watson before the pandemic went off, and she won at Acapulco?
Yes, yeah.
If we see that form again, why not? Literally, why not? Yeah, it would be nice to see a British player doing well. It'd be great to see Barrett go through, but I'm just not sure which qualifier she's going to be, and if she even qualifies, because she's got to win her match tomorrow. Yeah,
might face Heather Watson.
It could be. It could be a Heather Watson Burridge first match, but I think Watson's going to be okay. And to be fair, Alexandrova should beat her, but I think Watson could cause a bit of a shock, and for that, I'm going for her to advance from that.
Well, I'm going to go based upon Alexandrova's form at the end of last year. She only just lost to Elise Mertens in three sets. She beat Podoroska in straight sets, Gracheva straight sets, Siniakova straight sets. But she is, even though she can have a weird day at the office, I'm going to go with her. She's going to be back on form.
These next ones, I'm going to have to go Fiona Ferro. I know she's a clay courter, but I just love her.
I'm going with the other one, mate. I'm going with Zvonareva.
Yeah, probably the favourite. Playing it safe, and you're.
I don't know if she is the favourite in that one. I think that Ferro might be the favourite.
No,
is she not?
I don't know. And then the bottom one, Svitolina Pegula. I'm not so struck on Svitolina. I know she's the second seed. I think this is tough. I'm going to just play it. I've done some risky ones. I'm going to play it safe and go for Svitolina.
Yeah, I think on her day, I think she beats Jessica Pegula pretty easy. But it's no easy matches the first game back. Pegula, yeah, go Svitolina. And then
you'll be surprised to say I've actually got Ferro to beat Svitolina.
What is going on with it? I can't see that happening. This clay quarter.
I've got Ferro beating Svitolina in the next round.
Mate, I think she's got a clay court in her back garden, not a hard court.
It's happening. I tell you, it's happening.
No, it's not happening. Zvonareva, Svitolina. I think we could see Zvonareva go through in that one. I'm going to go Zvonareva, and I'm actually going to go Alexandrova to make it through.
And I've actually got Heather Watson, Fiona Ferro matchup, and I've got Heather Watson going through. I've actually got a Heather Watson, Elise Mertens quarterfinal.
Have you still on that Prosecco from Christmas? What's going on over there?
It is happening. It is happening. The funniest thing is, guess who I've got winning it? I've actually got...
hang on. Hold your horses. Where are we in the semi-finals now? Yeah.
No, we're there, yeah. So you need to pick your one. You've got Alexandrova or Mertens.
I'm going to go with Mertens because I think that she beat her end of last year. So I'm going to go with the same again. And then we got the top. I got Sirsteyer Mertens in one semi. Then I've got Krejcikova versus... Sabalenka.
So I'll tell you my two semis. So my two semis, I've got Coco Gauff versus Rybakina. The other semi-final, Jen Brady versus Elise Mertens. And I can tell you that the final for me is going to be Jen Brady versus Coco Gauff.
Wow. Well, for me, I've got Sabalenka beating Krejcikova after she's taken out Rybakina. God, that match, Rybakina. I hope that happens. Rybakina, Sabalenka, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And Krejcikova, Sabalenka would be awesome too. But then we'll have Mertens, Sirsteyer. I'm going to stick on the bandwagon. I'm going to say Sirsteyer is going to keep this going. But I'm going to go, it seems a bit too cliche, but I think if Sabalenka continues the way she ended last year, Sabalenka wins the tournament against the informed Sirsteyer.
Fair enough, mate. And I'm getting a lot of love in the chat for Ferro. Thomas Rock saying Ferro is the Iron Lady. And Mele's liked it as well. Jackie trying to sing the praise of Svitolina. Apparently she's amazing. I understand she's a good player. She's highly ranked. I think some of her form in some of the big events just lets me down a lot.
It's like she's
very capable to win this tournament, no doubt. But I'm just going for a bit of a shot. Yeah, like Ken Lee says, Svitolina's an amazing player. everywhere but the slams. And this isn't a slam though, so she could do well.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that.
And then who do you have? Sorry, mate, your final is what?
My final is going to be Sabalenka versus Sabalenka. Don't know if you can even see it.
Sabalenka is your final, and you've got the winner to be
Sabalenka.
My final, Corey Gauff, Jen Brady, all-American affair, and this is tough, man. I'm going to go. I don't actually know, mate. Who do you think I should go for?
Look, go with the gut, and they're saying Kenley's saying you're embracing the Gauff hype train.
Yeah, I'm embracing it, but I think she's going to lose the final. I think Jen Brady's going to win the whole thing.
Wow, there you go. And so
that's it. So my main pick for the tournament is Jennifer Brady. So Jennifer Brady is my main pick to win the Abu Dhabi Open, WTA 2021. And my undercard or wild card or underdog or whatever you want to call it, dark horse, that's the word I'm thinking of, is Heather Watson. I think Heather Watson could have a good run. Looking at the draw, I like her potential route. And I've actually got her potentially going all the way and winning this tournament. So she's my dark horse. And my main pick is Jennifer Brady.
Well, I'm going to stick with my two finalists because I've got Sabalenka. She's the number one seed for a reason. She won she's 10 matches unbeaten at the moment. Can she just continue that into 2021? Hit the ground running, maybe grab a Grand Slam this year. But she'll be up against the person who just won a tournament over there in Dubai, which is Sorana Cîrstea in my eyes. So Cîrstea to stay on and potentially get the victory. She's my dark horse. So Cîrstea, Sabalenka.
Nice. Yeah, it's going to be really exciting now. And we've got an invested interest in the tournament. So we'll be watching it and seeing how we do in the league. If you want to join the league, it's completely free. I'll put the link in the chat right now. You just need to join the link, put your email address in, sign up. It's entirely free. Join the GTL tennis league, and then you can put in your selection. I think you've got 5 hours left for this one, or 6 hours or so. So you need to be quick. So we've got ATP Amateur tomorrow, and I keep thinking New Ray Beach, Delray Beach.
New Ray Beach. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Shout out there to Thomas Rock as well for the super chat. Thanks, mate. If anyone is going to send super chats in, we are going to be adding them up onto the January top tippers, and you'll see that in the next podcast. It will all be updated.
We'll be trying to do, obviously, we'll be starting back up with the live watch-alongs as well. We'll be getting those kicked off. We're probably just going to be doing the covering the finals of each of these tournaments. There's three matches unless they go on at the same time, which hopefully they don't. We're just going to be covering the finals for each of these tournaments. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button on the video because it helps us out. And it helps us appear in all the searches. I know we always repeat it and you'll get used to it. And if you've already heard it before, you're probably bored of it, but we'll keep saying it. So, we just appreciate everybody who tuned in. And let's just see what your bracket says because we're going to be looking forward to reviewing everybody's little brackets and seeing who you have as the winner. Do you agree with Chanty?
Delray, mate. He's called it Delray Beach. Come on, Thomas. Cheer up a bit. Delray is going to be a good one. It's nice and sunny there. We've got Ken Lee. He's excited for the ATP Cup. Yeah. I agree. It's going to be a big one. We've seen the different teams. Checked out online, not already, but it's going to be really exciting. We'll do a lot of videos for that. Yep. And Jackie also very excited for the ATP Cup, obviously. Could see a Rafa Nadal Novak Djokovic matchup again, like last year. That would be good.
That's it. Another one. They'll be looking for revenge. Yeah. Well, I think that we've overstayed our welcome on this first one back, but we will be back tomorrow. As we said, we're doing ATP Antalya draw preview, and then we'll be doing the Delray Beach draw preview after that as well. So join us for both of them. Sorry for keeping you waiting earlier on.
Yeah, we'll be a lot earlier tomorrow as well. I think it'll be about 8:30 or 9 o'clock UK time. So
yeah, exactly. So make sure you tune in for that one. And if we haven't liked the video yet, just do it. Do it now. Do it. Press it. All right. We'll catch you tomorrow.
See you guys.
Cheers.